Okay, let me go ahead and get you caught up on the latest. Today is October the 14th, 2024, and there is a new alert out coming from the United States regarding conflict taking place in the Pacific, as we have heard that China has surrounded Taiwan in military exercises against their independence. Today, China has deployed a record 125 military aircrafts. Taiwan's Ministry of National Defense has said, again, this coming out today, October the 14th, 2024. Here's another article coming out from CNN that says Taiwan condemns China military for their drills around island as unreasonable provocations against Taiwan. Now, why is this a concern and alert for the United States? Well, we have received warnings from the FBI Director Christopher Wray. The Chinese government poses a broad and unrelenting threat to the United States' critical infrastructure systems. Now, why is this? Because we have heard that when China invades Taiwan, they know that Taiwan is an ally of the United States, and as a result, the United States will come to their side for assistance. And China, anticipating this, we have heard over the course of the last 5 years, has constructed a cyber army that is constantly attacking our infrastructure systems, doing cyber attacks. We've heard they've already compromised tons and tons of infrastructure systems across the United States. And they are saying that they will unleash all of these simultaneously, all at once, when they invade Taiwan, if they believe that the United States is going to be coming to the side of their ally in a conflict that should be unfolding. So today's military drills is an alert for the United States, as we are hearing that China has launched a major military alert against Taiwan. Now, in addition to that, Blinken just a couple days ago came out and warned China against provocation towards Taiwan. So this came out October the 11th. So it was almost anticipation, knowing that this was going to be unfolding. And like I said, I've shared with you here on the channel that the United States, they currently are investigating a Chinese-backed hack of telecom companies. We've heard AT&T, Verizon, Lumens, various companies, they have experienced cyber attacks. Now, we had all those outages before, and we had heard that they were system errors and issues. Now it's coming out, no, it very likely was that these systems were hacked. AT&T, Verizon, let me know in the comments, did you have communications disrupted as a result of this? Well, we're hearing it wasn't just you. We're hearing telecom companies were hit, and a lot of them having to do with sensitive information for the U.S. government as well. So China, very active right now, infiltrating communications, infrastructure systems of the United States. We've heard warnings about water systems, power grids going down, ports, communication systems, social media platforms could go down. They're saying there's an assortment of different things that have been hijacked by these cyber attacks, these Chinese hackers that are infiltrating U.S. systems in preparations for war. And we're hearing today that they had one of the biggest drills ever so far around Taiwan. And they're saying this is an unnecessary provocation by China against Taiwan, and the U.S. is sounding the alarms on this. So, like I said, these articles coming out today, October the 14th, 2024. I'm going to go ahead and share with you the latest, so that way you can hear it for yourself, what is coming out on this. And again, all of these things we're hearing are ramping up as we are approaching elections. We are hearing that these elections, there is likely going to be something going on during elections, and as we come up to elections with potential physical attacks, cyber attacks, the threat is at an elevated state right now. We've heard from the FBI director say he has never seen it as bad as we are currently seeing right now at this time. So I'm going to share with you the latest articles, and do me a favor, if you appreciate that, please take a second, hit that like button for me. Just double tap the screen right now while we're live, and that should do the like button. It's very simple and easy, helps out the channel a ton. I see we've got 1,372 people live with me in the room, 234 likes. Helps spread this out further so more people can get the latest information. Also, subscribe to stay up to date. It's totally free. Why not? I'll keep you up to speed on everything, so that way you know what's taking place. I always say here on the channel, it's good for us to be aware. Don't be scared, be prepared. Not pretend to stick our heads in the sand and act like nothing's going on, but to be aware and to take the necessary precautions, so that way we have things taken care of for ourselves and our families, and we know exactly what is going on. Somebody's telling me that Facebook is down. Is that true? Is Facebook down right now as well? As we're hearing about all of these attacks going on, I'll take a look right now and see. I know that that was one of the ones we had heard had been compromised as well. Let's see if Facebook is down. No, I don't see it down right now. No, but we are hearing that there are, I think it was Rumble and Facebook, some of the ones that I had heard were compromised that they said they were trying to defend against. And a lot of people saying, well, if we know that there are these issues, why aren't we doing something about it? Well, it's our understanding the FBI is that they have a cyber defense army that is trying to keep up with everything that's going on. But they're saying they are outnumbered 50 to 1 for every U.S. cyber defense individual that we have. There are 50 Chinese cyber attackers that are coming, infiltrating the system, so they just simply cannot keep up with all of the attacks that are taking place. And in addition to that, that's just China. It does not take into consideration Russia, Iran, all of these other nations that want to wreak havoc on the United States, and we're hearing have become emboldened as we are approaching the elections. So let me go ahead and dive right in, get you guys caught up on the latest. I see we got 1,544 people live with me in the room. Do me a favor again, take a second, hit that like button as we are hearing that China today has surrounded Taiwan in military exercises against Taiwan's independence. China has deployed a record 125 military aircrafts. Taiwan's Ministry of National Defense has said, coming out today, October the 14th, 2024. Now, this article coming out from Fox News, and these will all be cited right after this live stream. I'll go ahead and drop it into the files for you guys. China launched a record-breaking number of military aircrafts on Monday today in exercises surrounding Taiwan, serving as a warning against independence, officials said. Taiwan's Ministry of National Defense says the 125 Chinese military aircrafts are the most that it has counted in a single day. The ministry added that 90 of the aircrafts, including warplanes, helicopters, and drones, were spotted within Taiwan's air defense identification zones. So there's an assortment of aircrafts in the area. China's defense ministry said the drills were a response to the Taiwanese president's refusal to accept Beijing's demands that self-governed Taiwan acknowledge itself as a part of the People's Republic of China under the rules of the Communist Party. So their refusal is what sparked this. So this is not just business as normal. This is their response to them saying that Taiwan is not acknowledging themselves as a part of China. The military operation comes 4 days after Taiwan celebrated the founding of its government on its National Day, with Taiwanese President Lai Ching-te saying that in a speech that China has no right to represent Taiwan and declaring his commitment to resist annexation or encroachment. Now, the United States is seriously concerned by the People's Liberation Army joint military drills in the Taiwan Strait and around Taiwan. State Department spokesperson Matthew Miller said in a statement, "The PRC response with military provocation to a routine annual speech is unwarranted, and this risks escalation. We call on the PRC to act with restraint and to avoid any further action that may undermine peace and stability across the Taiwan Strait and in the border region, which is essential to regional peace and prosperity and a matter of international concern," he added. "We continue to monitor PRC activities and coordinate with allies and partners regarding our shared concerns," they said. Chinese Foreign Minister spokesperson Mao Ning slammed Taiwanese independence during a briefing last Friday, saying, "I would like to stress that Taiwan independence is incompatible with peace in the Taiwan Strait as fire with water." The Lai Ching-te authorities attempted to reject reunification through the use of force is futile. No matter how many weapons they buy, they cannot stop the historical trend toward China's reunification, she also added. So they are saying that they are going to be coming for Taiwan. Now, a map aired on China's state broadcast CCTV showed 6 large blocks encircling Taiwan, indicating where the military drills were being held, along with circles drawn around Taiwan's outlying islands. China's defense ministry has not said how long the drills will last. China deployed its Leiling aircraft carrier for the drills, and CCTV showed a J-15 fighter jet taking off from the desk of the carrier, though the exact location of the ship was unclear. China's People's Liberation Army Eastern Theater Command spokesperson, Senior Captain Li Shi, said that the Navy, Army Air Force, and Missile Corps were all mobilized for the drills, which were an integrated operation, according to the Associated Press. Taiwan's defense ministry said it deployed warships to designated spots in the ocean to carry out surveillance and stand ready. It also deployed mobile missiles and radar groups on land to track the vessels at sea. Our military will definitely deal with the threat from China appropriately, Joseph Wu, Secretary General of Taiwan's Security Council, said Monday at a forum in Taipei, according to the Associated Press. Threatening other countries with force violates the basic spirit of the United Nations Charter to resolve disputes through peaceful means, he said. So they are receiving these warnings coming out. These drills that are taking place by China, Taiwan is not taking them lightly. They're threatening them, as they are saying that they are very upset about Taiwan's independence that is being claimed against China. And China, they are provoking Taiwan at this time with these drills, busting out tons of military equipment in these drills in the Pacific. So again, this is a major concern to the United States, because we're hearing that when this happens, that is likely when we are going to see these cyber attacks that have been implemented by China against the United States infrastructure systems begin to take place. Now, here's an article that came out back in April. This is a reminder. Chinese government poses a broad and unrelenting threat to U.S. critical infrastructure systems, FBI Director Wray has said. We've been hearing this for over a year now, for quite some time. They're concerned about Chinese hackers coming against the United States. FBI Director Christopher Wray on April 18th warned national security and intelligence expert, as well as students, that risks of the government of China they are posing right now against the U.S. national and economic security are upon us at this time. They are upon us now, and that U.S. critical infrastructure is a prime target for this. The PRC, or the People's Republic of China, has made it clear that it considers every sector that makes our society run as fair game in its bid to dominate on the world stage, and that its plan is to land low blows against civilian infrastructure to try to induce panic and break America's will to resist, he said in remarks at the Vanderbilt Summit of Modern Conflict and Emerging Threats in Nashville. But he suggested that partnership with both the private sector and academia can be a powerful tool in a quest to neutralize these threats being posed by China. He said we must understand these threats. The overall threat from the Chinese Communist Party, or the CCP, is a hybrid one that involves crime, counterintelligence, and cybersecurity, and which the FBI is countering with resources from all three missional spheres, Wray said. The threat is partially driven by the CCP's aspirations to wealth and power, Wray said, adding that China wants to seize economic development in the areas most critical to tomorrow's economy, even if doing so requires theft. The Chinese government has tried to pilfer intellectual property, technologies, and research from nearly every industry of the United States' economies, he noted. But the CCP also wants to prevent the United States from being able to get in the way of potential future crisis between China and Taiwan, which they are saying they anticipate will happen before the year 2027. So this is something that is on the FBI's radar. This is a warning back from April of 2024, but we've been hearing this for a while now, that China is planning to invade Taiwan. We don't know when. We don't know when China will have everything lined up to do so, but they are saying before the year 2027. They're expecting that this will hit, and when this hits, the United States will know, because they are saying that the CCP hackers, the Communist Chinese Party's hackers, they will initiate infrastructure hacks that will disrupt U.S. systems. Americans are starting to feel the effects of this sprint, he said, pointing out to cyber intrusions and criminal activities at early deterrence efforts by the CCP. Budgets are currently being crafted That will determine what resources the United States government will have available to fight back 3 years from now, he said. In the private sector and in academia too, the investments, the partnerships, security, and the capabilities that we are building today will dictate how those sectors are prepared or not prepared 3 short years from now, he said. Now, we are trying to protect critical infrastructures. The FBI worries what this sprint means for our country's critical infrastructure systems, since these vital sectors, everything from water treatment facilities to energy grids to transportation and even information technology, form the backbone of our society. And as I mentioned, I shared with you that we had just heard that the largest water servicing provider in the United States was hit with a cyber attack. It is an ongoing investigation, but I believe it was American Water Works, if I remember correctly, servicing 14 different states. And the number one question that people had was, is the water safe to drink? Because it was drinking water, wastewater, and tons of facilities across the United States. They said that they believed it did not disrupt operations, and they said they believed the water was safe to drink. But a lot of people very concerned, California, Hawaii, Virginia, tons of different states, 14 of them, they said, being serviced by this company that was hacked. They actually had to take portals offline and told people, listen, if you can't pay your bill, it's okay. We won't charge you light fees. Don't worry about it. Right now, we're trying to address this security issue as there has been a breach that has unfolded. So a lot of people very concerned about that as well. Now, these are the critical infrastructures we've received warnings from. The FBI is saying that these threats are coming from a group called Volt Typhoon. And like I said, water systems, electrical grids, ports, we're hearing medical stuff, pharmaceutical, hospitals. We're hearing there have been disruptions to navigation systems for ambulances. So they are hitting all of these. Now, the FBI said their ability to both collect and act on intelligence is crucial to our fight against China's threat. On the cyber front, this includes sharing lessons learned with the private sector and outreach to potential victims, using our technical prowess to halt cyber intrusions and safeguard victims, and taking additional law enforcement actions to disrupt and deter cyber incidences. Now, the FBI fights back against China through Bureau-led joint sequenced operations alongside our partners. Now, as a part of those operations, we're often sharing targeting and other information with partners like U.S. Cyber Command, foreign law enforcement agencies, the CIA, and others, and then acting as one together. Ray used the FBI's response to the aforementioned cyber compromises to illustrate what these collaborative operations can look like in practice. So they're saying they're trying to all work together to try to deter these threats that are coming from China. And this is accelerating the threat at this time. What we're hearing happened today, October the 14th, 2024, with these new war drills coming out from China around Taiwan, which Taiwan is saying an unnecessary provocation, or unreasonable is what it says on CNN. And again, this coming out today. Taiwan had condemned the latest round of Chinese military drills around the self-governing island as an unreasonable provocation after Beijing deployed warships, fighter jets, in what was described as a stern warning to separatist acts of Taiwan's independent forces today on Monday, October the 14th. The Chinese Military Eastern Theater Command said on Monday today that the drills involving joint operations of the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, and the Rocket Force are being conducted in the Taiwan Strait, a narrow body of water separating the island from the mainland of China, as well as encircling Taiwan. So they are totally encircling, doing drills around Taiwan, the entire island. China's military exercises around Taiwan, a democracy of 23 million people, have become increasingly frequent in recent years and have tended to coincide with events that have angered Beijing. Analysts said Monday's drill were a part of a general strategy of both keeping Taiwan under pressure and normalizing regular war games against Taiwan. And again, this is a major concern for the United States, because when this unfolds, when we see China attack Taiwan, we're hearing that is when Taiwan will detonate or activate these various infrastructure system hacks that they have against the United States. Now, I suspect that maybe they already knew that this was coming a little bit, because we saw on October the 11th, Anthony Blinken had warned China against provocations towards Taiwan. So Anthony Blinken already issuing out these warnings. The United States Secretary of the State, Anthony Blinken, on Friday had warned China against military provocations towards Taiwan, following Beijing's strong reaction to an annual speech by the leader of the self-ruled democracy. So the U.S. already saw this coming. I can tell you that with regard to the so-called 10-10 speech, which is a regular exercise, China should not use it in any fashion as a pretext for provocative actions, said Anthony Blinken. But as you can see, it appears China disregarding these warnings coming out from the United States. And this comes as the latest concern of cyber attacks against the U.S. This coming out from CBS News on Friday. The U.S. is investigating a China-backed hack of telecom companies. Here's what we know. Federal authorities are urgently investigating a cyber attack linked to a China-backed hacker that targeted major U.S. telecommunication companies and systems used for key government intelligence collection capabilities. A U.S. official familiar with the matter confirmed to CBS News. The hacking group known as Salt Typhoon hit numerous companies, including Verizon, AT&T, Lumen's Technology. The official, who spoke on conditions of anonymity, said that the depth and the severity of the hack are not yet clear. So they don't know the extent of which that this has unfolded or the damage, but they know that they were hacked. According to the official, the Chinese hackers breached systems used by U.S. intelligence to conduct wiretaps, and both government agencies and the affected private companies are trying to ascertain what information, if any, the malign actors were able to collect. The hack was first reported by the Wall Street Journal. The FBI and other federal agencies, including the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, or the CISA, are currently investigating the cyber breach. The FBI, the Justice Department, the CISA, they did not have comments. AT&T and Lumen's Technology declined to comment on this report. Verizon did not immediately respond to CBS's news for comments. So we are hearing that these hacks are becoming more prevalent, that they are hitting AT&T, Verizon, Lumen's communication systems, trying to disrupt U.S. government capabilities to communicate, along with our other infrastructure systems, water, electrical, all of these are being hit, and they are saying that these will ramp up, and the threat is more heightened than ever before as we are approaching elections. And when China decides to invade Taiwan, that is when we will see likely a major hit against U.S. infrastructure systems. So this is an alert that has come out today, October the 14th, 2024, Monday, as we saw this major war drill done in the Pacific as China went and literally encircled Taiwan with warships, jets, really provoking Taiwan. And they're saying this is very concerning at this time. So we will see you guys. I will keep you up to date on everything. And again, like I said, right now I am live on my phone, but once this is over, all of these articles that I'm referencing, I will go ahead and link them in the description, so that way you can go ahead and see these for yourself. And if you appreciate the latest breaking news updates, keeping you up to speed on everything, don't forget, take a second. I see we got almost 2,300 people live with me in the room. Take a second, just double tap the screen if you're watching on your phone. That will go ahead and like this, spread it out further to more people. Hit the like button if you're on your computer. Subscribe to stay up to date. It's totally free. I'll keep you up to speed on everything. And that is the latest, you guys. So as more information comes out, I'll be sure to share. But don't forget to say a prayer for everything that's going on in our world, with our nation, with the elections, and pray that for what's going on in the Pacific and the Middle East too. But on everything, I will keep you guys up to speed, up to date, so you know what's taking place. That is the latest, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.